Hello students, welcome to the third video of trigonometric functions. So here we are going to discuss about the domain and range of the trigonometric functions. So basically you have got the domain and range in your previous chapter. So what was that? Like if I have a set, first set, and if I have a second set, and if I define a function from set A to B, then the first set will be known as the domain. And what about the range? So it is the collection of all the elements which are associated to any one of the elements or more than one of the elements of the set A. Okay, so not necessarily domain and codomain, not necessarily range and codomain are same, so there might be some elements remaining behind. So now in case of trigonometric functions, since they are functions, so they will also have domain and range, isn't it? So we shall see what are the domain and range for the trigonometric functions. Now let us take for the case of sine first, the sine function, and what will be its domain and range. Now in this is our unit circle. We shall see the domain using this unit circle. So for whatever value of x you take here, you can take 0, you can take pi by 2, pi by 4, then pi, 3 pi by 2, whatever value you take here, the value of sine will always be inside 1 and minus 1, isn't it? The maximum value will be 1, minimum value will be minus 1. If you take sine pi by 4, it will be 1 by root 2. If you take sine pi by 2, it will be 0. Then again coming to minus 1, again it will come to 0, 1, it will go on like that. Okay, so in case of sine, the domain will be the set of real numbers. That means you can take any number, because we know that this pi by 2, these are all what? These are some real numbers. Pi is 22 by 7 divided 3.14, some real number. So that means you can take all the real numbers starting from minus infinity to plus infinity, but the range will be minus 1 to 1. Okay, so what about the cos? The cos behaves similarly. You can see for whatever value of cos you take, for cos 0 we have 1, for cos pi by 2 we have 0, for cos pi we have minus 1, cos 3 pi by 2 we have 0, and again 1. That means it is repeating. Maximum value we are getting is 1 and minimum is minus 1. So what is the domain? It will be R, and the range will be minus 1 to 1. Fine. Now what about 10x? Okay, so how to see the 10x? We know that tan of x is equal to sin x divided by cos x. Fine. Now since sin of x and cos of x is this is a rational function, and in rational function what will happen, that cos x cannot be 0, isn't it? So if cos x is not equal to 0, what is the condition? So cos x is 0 when x is equal to twice n plus 1 pi by 2 and n belongs to the set of integers. So this is the condition when cos is equal to 0. So when cos is not equal to 0, so x will not take these numbers, isn't it? So what will be the domain? The domain of 10 will be the set of all real numbers except what? Except those numbers which is of the form twice n plus 1 pi by 2 and n belongs to the set of integers. Okay, so this is about the domain. And what about the range? Okay, so in case of 10, what is 10 0? Our 10 0 is 0, then 10 pi by 4 is 1, 10 pi by 2 is infinity or undefined. Similarly 10 minus pi by 2 is minus infinity, 10 minus pi by 4 is minus 1. That means 10 is taking all the values starting from minus infinity to plus infinity. So what will be the range? The range of 10 will be the set of real numbers. Okay. Now let us see for the case of cot. So what is our cot function? It is cot x means cos x by sin x. So similarly, rational function sin x cannot be 0. So if sin x is not equal to 0, then if sine x is not equal to 0, then what? X will not be equal to n pi, where n belongs to set. Fine. So what will be the domain? Domain will be the domain of chord will be R, all the real numbers except what? Except these values, that is except x such that x is equal to n pi and n belongs to the set of real numbers. Okay. Similarly, for the case of chord, what will be the range? So here in case of chord, the range of chord is chord means cos by sine. So what will be chord 0? Chord 0 is cos 0 by sine 0. What is our cos 0? Cos 0 is 1 and sine 0 is 0. So this will be undefined or infinity. Again, cot pi by 2 will be 1. Cot pi by 2 will be 0. Cot pi by 4 will be 1. Then cot minus pi by 4, or you can say cot 3 pi by 4 is minus 1. Cot minus pi by 2 or cot 3 pi by 2, both are same thing, is 0. And cot 0 or cot here we have taken cot 0, so here it will be cot pi. Cot pi will be minus infinity. Okay. So thus we can see that cot also assumes all the values starting from minus infinity to plus infinity. That means the interval minus infinity to plus infinity. So what is that? This is actually the set of real numbers. So same as that of 10. So next we have sec. So what is sec? The domain of sec is, so sec means 1 by cos. 1 by cos. So cos cannot be 0. So if cos is not equal to 0, then we are having the same condition as that of 10. Okay, that means the domain will be same, because we can take all the real numbers except those x equal to twice n plus 1, pi by 2, and n belongs to the set of integers. Fine. Okay, we shall see the range later. And what about cosec? R minus, it will be same as cot. So it will be x such that x is equal to n pi, n belongs to the set of integers. Okay. So we have got all the domain ranges, and now we are left with the ranges of sec and cosec. Okay. Now, what is sec of 0? Sec 0 means 1 by cos 0. So what is 1 by cos 0? Cos 0 is 1. So this will be 1. What is sec pi by 4? Means 1 by cos pi by 4. So 1 by cos pi by 4 is actually 1 by root 2. So that will be root 2. Then sec pi by 2, that is 1 by cos pi by 2. Cos pi by 2 is 1. So since cos pi by 2 is cos pi by 2 is 0, so 1 by 0 will be undefined or infinity. Similarly, if you take the negative cases, you will get minus 1, minus root 2, and minus infinity. But you can see that this root 2, the value of root 2 is more than 1, isn't it? 1 point something. So sec does not consider any values in the interval minus 1 to 1. Open interval minus 1 to 1. Okay. Sec does not consider any values in this interval. That means the whatever value of sec you take in the domain, the range will be all the real numbers except this open interval. Fine. Okay. So what can I write? The range will be the set of real numbers except the open interval minus 1, 1. Okay. And what about the cosec? This is also same. You can just check it out putting the values. This is also same. So these are the domain and ranges of the trigonometric functions, and this is really very important to study further our mathematics. And using this domain and range, or whatever we have got, we can plot the graphs of this. Now let us see the graphs of the functions. So here this is the graph of sin x. So as you have discussed in the unit circle, for any value of the real numbers you take, that is starting from the minus infinity to plus infinity, our maximum value of the range that we get is 1 and the minimum value we get is -1. So it's a periodic function and the graph continues to be inside the restricted range. Okay, now let us see for the function cos x. So here for the function cos x, you can see similarly for whatever real number you take, the maximum limit is 1 and the minimum limit is -1. Similarly for the function tan x, you can see the range that we have, the domain that we have considered is all the real numbers except where we have not considered the point -π/2, we have not considered the point π/2, we have not considered the point 3π/2, that is all the odd multiples of π/2, we have not considered that. Okay, so at those points the function is not defined. So other than that, if you skip those parts, then you can see that the function continues to move on, it goes on till infinity, all the whatever graphs you have got. So the range here is the set of real numbers, so it goes from -infinity to +infinity up. Okay, now for the case of cot, this is the cot function. Similarly, we have not considered here all the even multiples, like we have not considered x equal to nπ values. So we have not considered this -π, we have not considered 0, then pi, 2π. At these points the function is not defined, but you can see that as we trace the graph, as we trace it for the range, it is tending towards the infinity. This side is -infinity and that side is infinity. So the range here is the set of real numbers, it is considering all the values of the real numbers in the range. Now for the case of sec, in the sec function, similarly we have not considered the domain. What was the domain? Sec means 1/cos. So cos, we shall not consider the points having which are odd multiples of π/2. That means the domain of tan and sec is same, and so we have not considered this point, that is π/2, -π/2, π/2, 3π/2. These points has not been considered. Okay, and you can see that what is our range of sec? It is r minus the open interval -1, 1. You can see the range of it starts after 1, that is the minimum value considered is 1 in the upper portion, and the lower portion the maximum value it considered is -1, and then it goes down. So the range does not consider this stretch, okay, or this part. Fine. Similarly for the cosec, we have not considered in the domain, it was r minus all the numbers which were, that is r minus x, such that x is equal to nπ, isn't it? So we have not considered the elements of nπ, so here it is -π, we have not considered pi, we have not considered 0, 2π, so these points has not been considered. And what about the range? You can see that the range is all the real numbers from -infinity to +infinity except this stretch or this part. Okay, so that is all about the graphs of your trigonometric functions, and please go through them properly. These are very important for your entrance as well. So now let us see exercise 3.2. Now let us see question number 3 from the exercise 3.2. Here it is given cot of x is equal to 3/4 and x lies in the third quadrant. So this part is important. So what we need to do? We need to find all the other 5 trigonometric functions. So here it is given cot of x, or cot x is equal to 3/4. So therefore what about the tan x? Tan x means 1/cot x, so that will be, or you can write 1/cot x, and that is equal to 4/3. Okay, now we know that 1 plus tan square x is equal to sec square x. So this will imply 1 plus, what is our tan square x? 4/3 whole square. So 4/3 whole square, and that is equal to sec square x. So 1 plus 4 square will be 16, and 9 here, sec square x, and if you calculate this, it will be sec square x is equal to 25/9, and this will give us sec x is equal to plus minus 5/3. Now we have got two values of x, so for that we need to consider where x lies. It lies in the third quadrant, isn't it? So all sine, tan, cos, and all sine, tan, cos. So cos and sec is positive here, and sec is also positive here. So in these two, sec is positive, other sec is negative. But x lies in the third quadrant, so it lies here. That means sec will be negative here. So since x lies in the third quadrant, so sec x is equal to minus 5/3. Okay, now let us see. So we have got the value of 6 and therefore what will be cos x? Cos x will be 1 by sec x, and that will be equal to the reciprocal of that. This will be minus 3/5. Okay, so we have got sec, cos, cot. Fine. Now since we have tan and cos, from there we can find the sine. So what is our tan? Tan x is equal to sine of x by cos of x, and this will imply, or just write down there, this will imply tan x cos x is equal to sine x. Now what is tan x? It is 4/3, and cos x is minus 3/5 equal to sine x. Now I can cancel out the 3, so I shall be left with sine of x is equal to minus 4/5. So here we can see that sine of x is minus 4/5 and it is negative. So since x lies in the third quadrant, we know that sine is negative, so it's fine. So we have got sine, cos, tan, cot, sec. And what about cosec? Cosec will be equal to 1 by sine of x, and this will be minus 5/4. So that's the answer. Now let us see question number 6. So in question number 6, what is there? So in question number 6, find the values of trigonometric functions, that is sine of 765 degree. So when such a big degrees are given, how to do? I have shown an example using the STC rule and all, or you can use the twice n pi plus x, sine of twice n plus x is equal to x, isn't it? How this happens? Because if you draw a unit circle, after you start from here 0 degree, then you reach this point again, so this will be now twice pi. So once you cross the twice pi, the value whatever you get here will be same as the x, isn't it? So whenever sine of twice n pi plus x is equal to x, and also cos of twice n pi plus x is equal to x. Okay, so we shall be using this now, and this can be written as sine of 2 into 360 degree, that will be 720 degree plus 45 degree. And what is that? Since 2 into n pi plus x is equal to, sorry, not x, sine x, so this will be sine of 45 degree. Now what is sine pi by 4? It is 1 by root 2. So done, quite easy. Now let us see question number 9. So question number 9 says find the values of trigonometric function sine minus 11/3. Now how to do it? Minus 11/3, we can clearly see that 11/3 is what? It is something 3.3. Yeah, so it is less than 4. Now if I am able to write a 4 pi here minus 11 pi by 3, we can write it or not. Like in place of 4 pi, if I write 2 into 2 pi, because you see twice n pi plus x is equal to sine x, so sine twice n pi plus x is equal to sine x. So from there I can write sine of 4 pi minus 11 pi by 3 and that will be equal to sine of, just calculate this, 4 3 12 and minus 11, so it will be pi by 3. And what is sine pi by 3? It is root 3 by 2. Okay, so this is it, and that will be the end of our exercise 3.2. and please do all the problems, all the remaining problems from here, and do the exercise problems as well, sorry, the examples as well. Okay, so that will be the end, and stay home and stay safe.